Good morning. Happy Sunday. Welcome, y'all. I'm on all my platforms. All right, so y'all know we do first come, first serve. All right, so make sure y'all drop your signs in the chat. Ooh, my eye. All right, so I do got a little astrology for y'all today before we get started. So the moon is in Capricorn right now. It is at a critical degree of 9 degrees, okay? So in that placement, that will affect mainly your fixed signs. All right, so Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius. The energy surrounding the moon in Capricorn in the ninth degree, excuse me, is Sagittarius energy, also mixed with Capricorn. So you'll have expansion with Jupiter energy, or like travel, expanding your horizons, learning new things, learning new belief systems, having different perspectives. And then Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. So things that you traditionally believed in, I feel like those things are going to majorly shift today, because it does also have an opposition at Mars and Cancer. And Cancer is also at a critical degree of 8 degrees. So that is about intensity, privacy, trust, power, transformation. Okay. So what we have is the moon is opposing Mars. All right. Moon is our natural inclinations. It's our natural instincts, our emotions. Mars is our ambition, and it is also the planet of war, okay? So if I was to summarize or analyze that just in my own terms, I would look at that like there's maybe like a major opposition when it comes to belief systems that's going to challenge people's perspectives, like an argument, a disagreement. Hopefully nothing, of a violent nature, but definitely an opposition or an agreement, all right? Cancer and Capricorn polarity, it is about cardinal energy. It is about initiation. So I feel like both of the energies involved are like kind of heavy hitting energies there. So just wanted to throw that out there for y'all. But yeah, so be open-minded today. Of course, you should always be open-minded, but I feel like something is definitely going to trigger a perspective here that you may not be expecting to believe in or shift. All right. I feel like this can be related to things dealing with the home life, children, old school traditions, anything Saturn rule, like government restrictions, rules, laws, and regulations. All right. And you guys can learn how to interpret that yourself by getting my astrology ebook. So all that information is in the ebook. It has the deacons drawn out for you, the degrees, all that good stuff, the properties of the houses, the planets. That's exactly how I put that put that together, is with that information. All right, so I see y'all dropping your signs. Continue to drop zodiac signs in the chat. If you're new here, that is how we do it. We go in order of the order in which you guys drop your signs in the chat. First come, first serve. All right. So we got, I know we had Sag and Leo first. So we got Sag, Leo, Cancer, Aquarius, Taurus, Virgo. Got Capricorn, Gemini. All right. What? I don't know what that comment has to do with it. You said your ancestors lived there thousands of years. Your skin is this color because of the coldness of the place. Okay, I don't. Did you leave a comment prior to that? That was the first comment that you left. So I have no idea what, where you're from, what place you're talking about. Welcome. Okay, you got Aquarius and Sag. Yeah, we got y'all on the list. Also, y'all TikTokers, y'all know I'm up on YouTube too, in case you miss anything or you need to come back later, anything like that. It's going to be saved and time stamped. Also, guys, y'all know y'all can join as a member and get the free monthly question. You get the you get the love and career readings. And yeah, if you do the higher tier, you get 2 of the decks for $30. Thank you, Prada. Thank you. Hey T, welcome. You said that men are upset. Men are always upset, child. I don't know. The men are always upset. What's wrong with them? I don't know. All right, y'all. So far we got Sag, Leo, Cancer, Aquarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Gemini. Thank you, Empress. I appreciate that. Thank y'all. All right, we'll get started, and then as more people join, again, if you just now joined, I threw out a little astrology info, my fixed signs, the Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius. May want to watch that in the beginning. I will clip it anyway, because it's nice little info there for y'all. Okay. All right, let's get started with the Sages. Welcome y'all again. Y'all know, thank you as always for the support. I appreciate y'all. I am shipping decks tomorrow, so I do have to ship some decks. If you want your deck, order it today, and I'll ship it out tomorrow. I ship stuff out every day, y'all. So unless you're ordering, if you order on Saturday or Sunday, you have to wait till Monday. That's the only reason. Saturday, I can get you in early Saturday morning, but the post office that I go to with my P.O. box closes at 12. So yeah, so put y'all orders in. But yes, welcome. Okay, we got a Pisces, and put Pisces here. All right. Okay, cool. Let's get started. All right, Sagittarius, what's the most important energy for you to be in, Sagittarius, today? Let's see. What's the most important energy for this Sagittarius to be in today here? You said it need to be like offset. Okay, honesty. All right, that's typically what you guys rule. So just be honest. We'll see what you need to be honest about. So if you're tempted to lie, don't lie. Hey, welcome. If you're tempted to lie about something, Sagittarius is just don't. Sagittarius is rule the truth. It could be a situation maybe you don't want to be brutally honest or something like that. So, all right, what do you need to be honest about for yourself or with someone else? Let's see. Okay, indulgence. Now be real with yourself, okay? Don't indulge too much, or you may need to accept that you tend to indulge or anything like that. Thank you, Darnell. So if you have that tendency, be honest with yourself. Now, if you have to tell somebody else, thank you, Ash. If you have to tell somebody else this, Sagittarius, like, hey, like, slow down with, what you're doing. You're going to have to speak up on it even if you don't want to. All right, so let's see. What else does this involve? Ooh, damn. Hold on, y'all. We're going to have to get these. All right, so be honest about indulgence. I had to use a card to pick them up because my nails. All right, let's see. What else might this have to deal with here, Sagittarius? What's the situation at hand? Or area of life or anything like that? Okay, ground yourself. All right, so don't do too much. I don't think this is a good day to drink. I mean, it's Sunday anyway. Liquor stores closed if y'all drink a lot or anything. And where I'm at, I can't get no weed, so I don't know. But whatever you guys indulge yourself in, or if it's something that you do too much of, and it doesn't matter what it is, ground yourself, okay? It just depends on whatever you guys do too much of, whatever you indulge too much in, calm down. Now, if it's somebody else that's around you, maybe you gotta let somebody know, like, hey, I don't think you should be, doing all this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. All right. Let's see. So don't do too much of something. Be honest with yourself. If you feel like you have any addictive tendencies or anything like that, don't eat too much, smoke too much, drink too much. Things like that. So calm down, do something in reality, or, be realistic with ground yourself. All right, so let's get 8 cards. Oh, yeah, girl, you got to cut that out. All right, the 2 of Pentacles. Okay, here's the Temperance. So I feel like if something is in balance, this is you being honest, literally. Sagittarius already rules truth, all right? So I feel like if something is imbalanced, you're going to bring balance to it. If it's you and you're honest with yourself, you're going to be able to bring balance to this. If this is somebody outside of you and you step in, you're going to be able to get something more balanced out, okay? So we're going to continue. All right, yeah, there's a Page of Pentacles of Justice. You may have to do this for a Libra. You may have to tell a Libra this. It depends on if you're dealing with a Libra. But literally, you being honest is going to bring balance. Take anybody else out of it. Take anybody else's sign of it out of it. It really doesn't even matter who we're talking about. But yeah, you being honest is literally going to present you with balance. All right. If it's a Libra and they're doing too much, you know, and you know them, you're going to have to let them know that. All right. You got the Knight of Cards, the Devil, the Seven of Swords, and then the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So you do have two Sag cards here. We got the Seven of Swords. So I feel like in the long run, the Devil card, Capricorn, and I mentioned that the moon is in Capricorn, y'all. I said it was at a critical degree. Okay. So this may not be the best time to be do anything too crazy. Lilith is also still in Sagittarius. Lilith represents our dark side, okay? Our taboo habits or anything like that. So, dude, if you lie about something or if you're not honest with somebody, something can turn into an addiction. If you're not honest with yourself, something may turn into an addiction, okay? So I'm just throwing it out there. The signs that are out, you have Sag, Libra, and Capricorn, okay? I'm also getting two... Let's see what else. Let's see what else. What else are you? Well, let's see your honesty and the temperance here. Ooh, these cards, they still slippery, y'all, because they new. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so let's see. First of all, what else is in balance before you step in or before you decide to be honest with yourself or others here? Let's see. Okay, when I get this card, believe it or not, if we're talking about like eating or drinking, this can represent like things within the body that don't really match or go well together. Like things that are bothering your body, things like that. Like something you're ingesting that is not good. Now, we do see the Five of Wands. This is fire. So, you know, if you smoke too much, smoke a lot, anything like that. If you're smoking and eating, that energy may conflict. Hey, Amelia. So just make sure... You know, I feel like something has a lot of back and forth here. All right. But literally, it is going to be up to you to be honest about it, too. Okay. All right. So tell the truth about it. There you go. I feel like, too, you'll be able to show proof with the Page of Pentacles. All right. The other signs that are out are Libra and Capricorn. So if you do know a Libra and a Capricorn and this is the issue at hand, or like you have to let them know, like, hey, you know, I think you're doing a little bit too much, like slow down. You know, let them know that. But again, if these are your placements, if this is you, be honest with yourself about any overindulgences, okay? Because that is going to actually make something better for you. All right, let's see what the indulgence looks like with the tarot really quick, too. Okay, we talked about the Ace of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and then the Two of Swords. All right, so... Okay, maybe this could be somebody too, like letting somebody know like that's too much. I feel like too, you're going to realize that indulgence is a choice. There's a reason that I put the choice is yours. Where is that? The decision is yours. In the back of this card is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups can, basically it's like a romantic energy, right? It's peer pressure. It's somebody getting you or convincing you to do something. So if you are dealing with somebody else or you have people around you, maybe dating triggers an indulgence. Maybe when you start dating, y'all going out, y'all drinking a lot, y'all smoking a lot, you know, things like that. Or you're eating all the time. Y'all going out to eat every day. So just, you know, keep that in mind. Yeah, but that's why it's the choice is yours. You don't have to do something. You don't have to take the offer. All right, so that's typically what that is. Again, this definitely, I feel like this does have something to do with that critical degree astrology information I gave y'all in the beginning. So definitely check that out in the beginning of the YouTube video. But yeah, so let's see what else. Now, we're going to check. I'm going to see what happens with the Seven of Swords because we know that that's lying, sneaking, things like that. You guys are being told to be honest. So we want to see what the outcome is of you being honest here. And I'm going to see what the lie energy might be. All right. But I feel like literally I see you are bringing balance to lying. That's what's going to have to happen. All right. What's the outcome for you being honest? And I just kind of want to see the balance too. Okay, unexpected. So you may not expect something to go in a certain manner. Maybe you're afraid to be telling the truth, or maybe you're afraid of that. All right, we're going to clarify. So what's the outcome of lying here? Let's see. I don't know if anybody witnessed something happen or anything. Oh, interesting. Okay. So the outcome of lying is status quo. That would be like everybody else. Now, Capricorn is Saturn ruled, and those are like a lot of people. So that could be the issue. Hi there. We do the $5 questions here just in case you're wondering. Okay, so what do you expect then from being honest, Sagittarius? Let's see. You expect money inflow from being honest? Okay. All right. What do you expect? I mean, what's going to actually occur here? So just be honest. All right. I'm not sure what that has to do with it. So the outcome is going to be Leo. Okay. Leo, and in solution and worried. And then you have bright side. Okay, so if you're honest, it looks like a Leo is going to have the solution for you. Now, I don't know if you think, so maybe you're trying to, I don't know if you feel like you need to lie about something to get money. That's an odd combination. That is unexpected, because where do you think the finances are going to come from? Okay, rest. Okay, what is the Leo going to do to solve an issue for you? If you don't know a Leo, we'll clarify it. Oh, okay, conflict. I see. I see what this is. So you typically expect for you not to argue or fight or anything like that. Thank you, Jen. I'm about to answer that after this question. If you think that you are going to receive something from being calm, quiet, not responding, not speaking up, that is not the case. The solution actually is conflict. So we all know that brutal honesty can cause conflicts. We know that. That's going to be the solution somehow. That's interesting. All right, what else is, we see the Five of Wands too. What's going to be the result of the solution for you? And then we're going to figure out what the lie would be. Okay, so the result is going to be contemplate, self-assured, and have faith. Okay. We'll see. All right, that's an interesting reading. What else is the Seven of Swords? What would be the attempt with the lie here? What's the attempted outcome? The attempted outcome is lust. Okay, so we want somebody to be attracted. Okay. Okay. That's the lie. Maybe also be honest about what you want for yourself. If that's what we're talking about, like things that you actually enjoy. That's very interesting. All right, okay, we talked about what's gonna occur for you, but what else is the outcome here in general? Let's see. Okay, so you got the outcome, you got flaunt, intuition, and then we have Scorpio and detached. So we're talking about Leo energy where the solution is the conflict, right? We're gonna have to fight about it, argue about it, or you need to be honest with somebody here. I'm also getting, but intuitively, it's like you get to flaunt the fact that your intuition is correct. And this could be literally about this reading, but I feel like you'll intuitively know that a Scorpio is detached from something. Okay. I feel like, too, you intuitively know that something comes with emotional detachment in this case. Okay, so in the moment, something needs to be emotionally detached. All right, we're going to see what that is. That's interesting. All right, so I do have a personal question that I'm going to answer before I do Leo. If y'all ever want to do personal questions, you can either Cash App, PayPal, or Super Chat. If you guys do Cash App or PayPal, you definitely got to be in the chat to like get your question or to ask your question. Because unfortunately, yesterday somebody did Cash App and I did have to send it back because they never asked their question. So just make sure, you know, you come back, because I am going to do your question right after whatever sign I'm currently on. I just do it in between the zodiac signs. All right. Also, make sure you do it earlier on in the video, because once we get to the end, I'm going to be out of here. So make sure, you know, you get your question in. Drink some water. All right, Sagittarius, let me write this down real quick for y'all. Hold on. Okay. And I'm going to timestamp your personal question too, just in case. All right, y'all know I like to put a little note. Okay, so are you making the right choice in love? Okay. So we'll see what your current energy is in your love life, or like your current choices. All right, now real quick, girl, I'm a Sagittarius, and my advice was just to be honest. So I can't sugarcoat it. I gotta tell you what's going on. Okay, so let's see. What is your current energy in your love life, or the current decision that you are making, and then we'll see what the outcome is. Okay, you've got Virgo, so I don't know if you're a Virgo or if you're dealing with a Virgo. So when I'm getting this energy is an energy of wanting something to continue repetitively, right? And we would have pulled a repetitive cycle if that's what it was, but I feel like with Virgo energy, this could be you wanting children. This is like the motherly energy, wanting to be a wife. This is kind of like Empress energy a little bit. So it could be that kind of energy where you're thinking of that. Now, Virgo also rules our work and health. So this could be an energy where make sure that you are not making any decisions in your love life that may affect that. Oh, okay, you're dealing with a Virgo. All right, well, that's specific. Okay. All right, so let's see. So what's the outcome of you dealing with this Virgo here? Let's see. I love these cards, y'all. You see how precise they are. Y'all better get y'all a deck before they run out. Okay, so the outcome you do have ignore. We're going to see what you'll be ignoring. What are you ignoring during this time? Let's see. Okay, so you're ignoring lust. Now, a couple ways that could go. Because if you're ignoring lust, you may be, lust and desire, conflict and time. Are you actually attracted to this person? Now, you may be ignoring how lusty they are or something like that. But if this is within you, do you actually like this individual? Like, are you actually physically attracted to them? Because you may be with them in a way where you're trying to, like, you know how we try to put like sex aside and sex is not the most important thing and things like that. But there should still be like a level of attraction. All right, I'm also getting to, we got lust, desire, and conflict and time. Make sure that what you're doing here does not conflict with what's going on, all right, or things that you need to focus on. Okay, so you're ignoring another lusty person. Okay, all right, so what energy should you be in with this Virgo? What energy should you be in with this Virgo for yourself? Okay, honesty came back out. So just be honest about what you want in a scenario. So if you're dating him, whatever kind of dynamic you want for yourself, make sure that you're honest about that. What else do you need to be honest about here? Okay, you got to do it solo. So when we get do it solo, this just depends. Like maybe you want to do certain things in your career that you want to do alone, or, you know, be honest with yourself about what you don't feel like including him in and things like that. So, you know, let him know that. But that's what your card is saying. So let's see, what else do you want to kind of achieve on your own? Maybe you're used to doing things alone. That just depends. Maybe they want more attention. Okay, yeah, you've got contemplate, we've got Taurus and golden opportunity. I don't know if you know a Taurus or not, but even if you don't, there may be an opportunity that you have for work or an opportunity with finances that you have in the moment that you want to focus on. All right, so that's what you need to be honest about. What would typically, I guess, the lie be as opposed to do it solo? We know the opposite is partnership, but let's see. What would you want to do, or what wouldn't you be honest about? I guess, or what would you be doing if you're not being honest? Yeah, Libra. So Libra is about balance or including someone else in that scenario. Okay. You got Libra, emotionally attached, and then we got professionalism. So I feel like for you, make sure. Oh, it is a Taurus. Okay. The first guy is a Taurus. Okay. So he's coming out as golden opportunity. I don't know what he's offering you. But be honest about. I feel like right now I wouldn't jump into a relationship yet. He says, or a point with the signs and everything. I know that's crazy. Your read is real accurate. But that's why I designed these cards this way. That's exactly why I designed this way. But yeah, so just make sure that you're honest with yourself about that. But if you don't know a Libra, Libra is an energy of diplomacy. You said that Taurus is offering money and not love. It depends on what you want, you know. I'm not gonna hold you. I will worry. Okay, listen, ladies. And this is not to say you should only consider money. But the way I look at a man having money is this, right? When we're having sex with them, we are risking our health. If we get pregnant, we are literally risking our lives, the baby's lives. If we go through with delivery, you are risking your life in the delivery room. Once that baby gets here, you're going to have to pay for daycare, diapers. And this is just an example because this is what dating can lead to. If you don't want children and you have certain financial goals or you have certain goals for where you want to live, how you want to develop your career, a man's finances does kind of tell a little bit about like how they can manage it, or like if certain things happen or certain things occur, they're prepared to be able to help you. So that's the only thing that I would say with that. I would be realistic about like certain things that you will want assistance with or need assistance with. Not even on no like, oh, I want bags and rent pay. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about just real life functionality. Like if your car break down and you need to get to work, can they get you an Uber? Can they, they'll like, that's real life things. So it is up to you. I feel like too, what I would say with love is like with relationships, when I know that a lot of people want to make sure they're on the right path, the most important thing is to just be honest about what you see for yourself and the outcome. So I would put it like that. I'm going to say this too, quite frankly, men are very functional too when they're dating. All right. So when they're picking somebody, they're picking who can cook, who's going to clean, who will get along with my mother, who would raise children better. They're not thinking just, oh, love. That men do not think like that. I've never, ever, ever, ever met a man. I've never seen it. It's extremely rare if it happens. They think very functionally. So women need to do the same. Think about what else, equal exchange is not about one person. Oh, he doing all it. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, yeah. So they're not going to say, oh, I need love, but she's ugly. They're not going to do that. They're not going to date an ugly woman for love. So you don't turn down money for love. Just depends. That's just general. But yes, that is your energy. I don't see anything bad necessarily in a relationship, but with it being honest about you wanting to do something solo, if that's like your career or things outside of him that you want to accomplish, just be honest about those things with him, letting him know like, yeah, I got to work on this, or, I'm planning on focusing on this, that, and the third. Just be honest about those things. All right, so that was a personal question. You said, isn't that using someone? Men have been using women since the beginning of time, ladies. Ladies, it's time to let it go, y'all. I don't know why we as women take so long to like let that click. You can call it using people, but all relationships are transactional. Anybody that you're dealing with, if you are providing something for them, they should also be providing something for you. That's just point blank, period. I don't know. The only relationship that is not 100% transactional will be you having a child. And even when that child gets to a certain age, you're going to make them wash the dishes. You're making them sweep the floor. You teach them how to cook some food so they can cook for the house. Everything is transactional. That's just life. Women are the only ones walking around here thinking that they're using people when they want a transactional equal relationship. Okay? That's just, men do not think like that. If you're a heterosexual woman, I don't know how it works for lesbians. Lesbians seem like they get along better with each other. I don't know. But if you're if you're a heterosexual woman and you still don't understand that, you have to understand it as soon as possible. As soon as possible. Okay, you get one life to live. It has to click today. It got to click right now because I just told you. All right, so we're going to do Leo next. It is not about using people because to me, I can't just go for a person just for money because I would just go get an old white man. That's easy to do. I can go down the street and go do that today. So I'm not saying anything like that to that extreme, just doing something, completely absurd. But but if you are dating, you still do need to consider what you will be able to, have for yourself. So, all right, so we're going to do Leo. That was a personal question, by the way. So we only did Sagittarius. We're going to do Leo. Oh, you said lesbian relationships function like heterosexual relationships? Oh, snap. I always wondered. That makes sense, though. That makes sense. Well, the same for my lesbians, whoever is the more feminine in the dynamic. Okay, you take y'all, put it in switch the roles. Okay, I'm talking to you. All right, Leos. I've been doing love readings for years, y'all. I've been doing love readings for at least 5 years. Trust me. I'm trying to tell y'all, okay? All right, I didn't see marriages. All the women before me were married. I seen it all. I didn't seen it. Now, I'm not going to put my family's business out there to give y'all examples, but you gotta take my word for it, okay? All right, Leos, let's see. Leo is up next, y'all. Thank you, Alice. All right, so what energy should my Leos be in here today? Let's see. What energy should y'all be in? Okay, I'm promising. Now, you did come in Sagittarius's reading, and we did see that you were supposed to provide some sort of solution. Now I'm assuming they would have to be honest for you to provide the solution. You may, with this energy, if you're planning on doing something, sometimes this means that it will not work out. All right, but we're going to clarify what this is for you, okay? All right, so what is unpromising here, or at least look at the negative of a situation? You need to pay attention to this because we do have this card versus looking at the bright side of something, okay? So we do have the polarity. So if you were supposed to look at the positive, we would have pulled it. All right. All right. So what might be negative here with unpromising? Let's see. Okay. Yeah, we talked about, so Sagittarius and authority. So we said Sag has to be honest, but so it looks like are they in the authoritative position? Yeah, we talked about the status quo being lies. So if a Sag lies, they would be status quo. But if they tell the truth, they'll be in an authoritative position is what I'm getting, because that was their advice. Yeah, see, there's liar. Okay. So Sag is supposed to be honest here. Okay, what's your current role or your current energy here, Leos? And then we'll see what the situation is about. Let's see, what is your current role here? Okay, so you're coming out as arrogant. So you feel like you are above something. Okay. What do you feel like you're above? Ooh. Maybe you needed a solution for something. So maybe in the Sag reading, you needed a solution, because I was thinking that you were going to be the solution, but now something looks unpromising for you. And this is, we're telling you that this is the energy you should be in. And right now you may feel like you're above something. Okay. What do you feel like you're above here? Really quick. Okay, we got money outflow. So you're like, no, I'm not going. Yeah, be different. You're like, no, I'm not going to pay that Sagittarius for telling the truth. If they lie, they end up in status quo. If they lie, they're like everybody else. Or you're like, yeah, I'm not paying that Sagittarius, or I'm not, or if it's not a Sag, you're not going to. Now, Sagittarius is an energy of foreign. So somebody may be of a different race, gender, age, and you're like, yeah, I'm not paying for that. Or you're like, I'm not paying somebody that looks different than me, acts different than me. I'm not spending money on that. Could be something racist or sexist or... All right, well, what else does this have to deal with? Let's see. What else does this have to deal with here? Okay, there could be, we got Aries here. So there could be an Aries involved in the scenario. Oh, okay. So we have Aries, manipulation, and dogmatic. So if there's an Aries involved, maybe they have manipulated you into a certain mindset. So we're going to see what this is. Okay, so we got all the fire signs. We got Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius here in a reading. So, all right, so it could be somebody that you know that has manipulated your mindset about this. I feel like you're like, yeah, I'm not going to support that. I'm not going to pay for that because they're different or they're of a different race or something like that. Okay. What's unpromising about, because, okay, so what do you expect here for yourself? And then we'll see what's going to occur with unpromising. You expect encouragement. Yeah, that's ironic. That's why I'm like, what? I don't know if you're, okay, maybe you think somebody's encouraging you, but really they're manipulating your mindset. And okay, so what's unpromising about this? What's going to be the result? Money inflow. Okay, bravery. All right. So I don't know. I don't know if you don't want to pay somebody. It looks like they're going to receive it anyway, or okay, let's see. Maybe you're going to receive it. Maybe because you're like, yeah, I'm not going to put money into that. Maybe you'll receive the money. So we'll clarify. Let's see. What are you, I'm going to break this down for you. So what are you currently doing in the arrogant energy, Leo? Let's see. Okay, you're the Seven of Pentacles. So like we said, you're like, I'm not going to pay for that. So you're looking at how much, either you're talking about how much you've already spent on something, or you're thinking about like, okay, I don't know if that's worth me paying for this, blah, blah, blah. I've saved up money for this, that, and the third. I'm not paying for that. Okay. So that's your energy there. You do have it looks like there is a group of people here. Maybe you feel like other people have paid for that with the Ten of Cups coming out. All right, so what will be your energy in unpromising here? Now, the Wheel of Fortune is Sag energy. All right, so this is a Sagittarius card. So this could be about because the Wheel of Fortune, maybe, yeah, there's the Ten of Cups. Something, it definitely has something to do with people, or you like, maybe you feel like I'm above those people. They have to spend money on that. I'm not doing that. Okay, let's see. So where is the, what's the Aries, manipulation, and dogmatic? Let's get 4 cards for that. What's that energy? Because it looks like somebody has manipulated a mindset maybe about this person, this individual. All right, so you got the Knight of Wands, the Empress, the Five of Cups, and then the Queen of Swords. Yeah, so this could be the Aries here. It has already been created. So the manipulation is currently working. It's working right now. If this has anything to do with like a man maybe pitting two women against each other, that could be in a situation here too. Okay. Ooh. Because what are you expecting with encouragement? I feel like the person that you think is encouraging you, they're giving you a false mindset. What are they making you think here? Yeah, conflict. Maybe they're making you think there's a competition between you and this person. I don't know where the money would even, why the money is. What are you paying for? What would you be paying for with money outflow? This could be at a job. Maybe you work with somebody. You don't want to give somebody a promotion, or maybe you don't want to service somebody's business. But what would you be paying for? A solution. Okay, that's why that came out. Okay. Oh, so it's switched. Okay. Let me make a note for the Sagittarius. Oh. So that's why you came out like that. The Sag would be the solution for you, but you don't want to pay for it. Or like, this the type of person they don't want they're a racist person. They don't want like a black nurse or some shit. Or like, this is just an example, but you're like, no, I don't want to pay for that solution. So your mindset has you thinking that somebody's your competition, but really they're the solution to something. This could be a man pitting two women against each other. Okay, so what's the issue? Or this could even be like, just take gender, race, anything out of it. You just don't want to have to pay to get something fixed. You're like, I could do it myself. You know, I'm not worried about it. I don't care. I can fix it. Like, this could be literally anything. Like, you need to go to the doctor. Maybe you don't want to pay the doctor. Or you don't want to pay to get your car fixed. You think you could do it yourself. Or you're like, no, I could do that by myself. Okay. All right, that's interesting. So let's see what the current issue is here, Leo. Let's see. So what's the issue? You may view the person as a competitor. So you have the Lovers and the Five of Swords. So first of all, off the bat, this looks like racism or sexism. That's first of all within this situation. I'm also getting there is a mindset. There's a decision that you made that is not working out for you. There's a Two of Pentacles. That's why Sag needs to be honest. I don't know if you're the person that's indulging in something. If you're sick, you need to go to a doctor. Or like, if there's an addiction, you need to, like, there's somebody that can actually help you with that. Maybe it's a therapist, a teacher. But literally, your mind has got you imbalanced, or your mind or your mindset has you making like a odd or an imbalanced decision here. Yeah, you got the the World, and then the Ten of Wands. This could even be like weight gain, or something ends up being very like, by the time something is over, something's really heavy in your body. Now, this definitely ties to what I said in the beginning with the astrology about changing your perspective, or something being at a critical degree to change fixed signs perspectives, because it's going to affect Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, and Scorpio the most. So you definitely fit into this. Okay. All right, you're like, yeah, I'm not fixing that. Or, okay, what's the issue? So somebody has you thinking that. So the issue is lust. So maybe that's what you indulge in, is sex, or you're always focused on sex. What's the solution in this case? Or maybe you're trying to, like, say you're trying to build something or do something. The issue is you're coming off too maybe sexual. Maybe that's what you're talking about. Or you're presenting something with sex, or some issue that you cannot overcome. It's rooted in lust. All right, what's the solution here? It looks like you're supposed to, yeah, secret. I feel like you got to pay for somebody to help you. I don't know what it is. It's saying secret. I don't know, but you're like, yeah, I'm not going to pay for that, or... Okay. Let's see. Let's clarify the irony here. So, yeah. What else is the ironic part here? I'm also getting, like I said, you view something as a conflict. I feel like somebody has you pit against the person that is the solution, or pit against the person that can help you. All right. What else is ironic here? Like, what's the norm, or what are you expecting, Leo? Okay, you got the Nine of Cups. I mean, maybe you're just expecting like to be happy, or like lust may bring you pleasure or something like that. What's going? Yes, it looks like, you know, irony is, I guess, funny, or all right. So what's going to be ironic? What actually occurs for you? We'll see the outcome. All right, there's a Four of Pentacles. You're saying you don't want to pay for it. So there you go. You're holding on to your money. There you go, Leo. All right, the Tower and the Hangman. Something's going to change your perspective. I don't know what, like, yeah, if you try to do something yourself and save money, it may end up costing you more. What's going to be your new perspective after this scenario? You're going, literally, you are going to hold on to the money. You're like, yeah, I'm not going to pay that. And then the Tower and the Hangman. Now, the other sign that is out, you have Aquarius and Pisces. Maybe something ends up working out for a Pisces or something like that. I don't know if that's who's involved here. What's the outcome for you? We did pull money inflow, though. Yeah, you got the bright side and laughter. So you're laughing. You're the Nine of Cups. I mean, you're having fun, or I don't know. But your advice was unpromising, so I'm not sure. But we'll see. I guess you'll open up your mindset with this. Thank you. Thank y'all. What's the outcome here, Leos? And then we're going to do Cancer. Yeah, perspective. So I just feel like you have just a trap mindset right now, but we'll figure out what that is. But overall, the issue at hand is, you know, I guess I'll tell you for free or something. I don't know. The issue is lust, is what I'm getting. All right. So, all right, that was Leo. All right, Cancer. Cancer's up next. So far we did Sag and Leo, y'all. I don't know if we have all the signs. We got Sag, Leo, Cancer, Aquarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Gemini, Pisces, Libra. So if you didn't hear your sign, let me know. Yep, we're doing Aquarius after Cancer. All right, Cancers. Let's see. Make sure if you're watching this playback on YouTube that you check out the beginning for the astrology stuff. Let me make a note, too, to put the astrology info timestamp. Get some water, y'all. Thanks for the gift. All right, so let's see. All right, Cancers. What? Okay, professional. Damn. Professionalism flipped out for you. Professionalism flipped out. We'll see if it comes back out. All right, Cancers, what energy should you be in for yourself? Let's see. What energy should you be in here? Okay, controlling. All right, so you're able to control a scenario. What are you able to control here, Cancers? So something is in your control whether or not you think so. All right, what are you supposed to control here? Okay, lust. All right, we talked about that. Yeah, wow. So we got speak up, unexpected, dogmatic, relocate, and commit. So we did talk about that. I don't know if you have anything to do with the Leo. I'm going to put those back for now. But yeah, control your lust or control your urges. Or you have control over what you do with your own sexual energy. All right, you know, you get to date who you're attracted to. You get to date who you want. That's up to you. You don't have to do anything, but, you know, if you need to hold back. I'm also getting, too, you want to pay attention, like we just said. You want to pay attention to things that are more than just sexual. If you're talking about dating, you want to look into all of the characteristics of somebody. You may be dealing with a Leo. If you're dealing with a Leo, the issue for them was literally lust. I don't know if you have to restrain yourself from a Leo or something like that. All right, what else is this situation? Let's see. Oh, I was right about the Cancer. Wow. That's crazy. I remember that too. All right, so let's see. What else is this situation here, Cancers? Okay, we got money inflow. All right, so if you're wondering about how to get more support, you need to hold back now. Okay, we got money inflow, Aquarius, solution, and golden opportunity. So you may receive money from an Aquarius. All right. Professionalism did pop out. If this has anything to do with that, I would keep something as professional as possible. But it looks like you're going to get an opportunity from an Aquarius here. I'm also getting two. That's interesting because in Leo's reading, they didn't want to pay for something. So the opposite of Leo is Aquarius. So it looks like other people are going to pay or other people are going to support. You know how they always say, like, you can pick up on other people's energy through sex as well. One thing that I would say, even if you don't believe in that, you can look at it on a basic, like, scientific level, is like sex does affect your hormones, which then affects your emotions, right? So say your hormones are affected and you're like, there need to be rebalanced or whatever, you're emotional and you like emotionally indulge because you went through a heartbreak or something like that, or you know, or maybe you're high on like a dopamine trip and you're like, ooh, yeah, like we're in a relationship now, let's eat. Or like, you know, relationship weight, we're eating together and stuff like that. So hold back on things that you, and even if it's not sexual with lust, this can be things that you desire, things that you love, like things that you want to do. All right, but it has something to do with a money income or money inflow here. Looks like from a group of people. All right. Okay. Oh, I already did those. Let's get 8 cards. Let's see. Let's get 8 cards. Also, if we're talking about, maybe we are talking about relationships. If it's controlling and lust, if you go ahead, you know, if you give it up, you give it up quick, you ain't gonna get nothing out of it. I'm just kidding. I don't know. It depends. Sometimes you can have, like, you know, you can mess with somebody and be with them for a long time. So it just depends. That might be what you have to hold back on and do, like hold back on the sex if you're trying to receive something, or just depends. All right, let's get 8 cards. I don't know if it's that deep, but all right, so we've got the 5 of Pentacles, the 3 of Cups, the Fool card. Okay. The 2 of Wands, the Knight of Swords. So somebody is trying to start over here with the Fool. It looks like something's not working out with the 5 of Pentacles. Looks like there was no support. Now we're talking about money inflow. If you're wondering why you're in this position, and we're talking about lust here, it just depends on what's going on. You know, maybe somebody, you spending a lot of time having sex, going out, drinking, y'all not working, or you're not focused on something. But you got the Fool, 2 of Wands, Knight of Swords, 9 of Pentacles, and you got the 6 of Pentacles. All right. So I feel like we're talking about money inflow. I feel like you'll receive more money from maybe being more professional in a scenario here. But I feel like this is about you not rushing into a sexual relationship and kind of focusing on something, because this looks like something that's already on the way for you. So if you have like a certain opportunity for yourself, you want to use that wisely. You don't want to just, I mean, even if this was a man, right, and he got a bunch of money and he's just out here having sex with everybody. Now you got a bunch of kids. Now you're on child support. Now you ain't got no money. So it could go either way. So try to control yourself here. Let's see where else this the opportunity will come from for you. And then we're going to do Aquarius. Okay, this could be the Aquarius. Literally, the opportunity will come from you controlling yourself. All right, this is about being focused, tunnel vision. All right, if you're wondering whether or not it's a good time for you to date, in this particular moment, I would say no. I would say, like, it's time for you to have tunnel vision. Do not get distracted. Because, you know, lust can lead to emotional attachments, things like that, where you don't really, you're not seeing clearly, you're not very focused on what you're trying to do. Yeah, you got the Hierophant, the Moon, and the King of Wands. All right. Yep, there's a Page of Pentacles and the Star. So we talk literally, there's the Aquarius. So I don't know if the Sag is involved in this, but we talked about a Sag being honest. So I don't know if you're tied to that, if you have those, I don't know, placements, anything like that. But if you're able to control yourself and control certain desires, you are going to receive an opportunity. This is you having self-control. Put in rules and regulations in order for yourself with the moon, okay? You're ruled by the moon. All right. All right, Cancers, what's the outcome for you here if you're able to do this? Okay, perspective and honesty. There's Leo and Sagittarius. So Leo's mind is changed or your mind is changed, but there's going to be a perspective on honesty. Now, Sagittarius, they are supposed to be honest about indulgence. They may be the one to tell you. All right, they may be the one to tell you that. So let's see. You said a phone call. So let's see, perspective on honesty. So I feel like too, that's why lying was status quo. People may feel like you're not supposed to say anything. So let's see, with honesty, how are we going to view honesty now? That was Sag's advice. So it just depends on if they actually are going to do it. Their secret. That is tied to Leo. Because I asked what Leo's, I feel like that's the secret to it. If somebody needs to control their lust, that could be the same for Leo because they need to know the solution. Yeah, there's the arrogant part. Now we got liar and worried, and then that's ironic. All right. Interesting readings there. All right, Aquarius is actually next. I pulled Aquarius twice in that reading. All right, let's see, Aquarius. Also, check out the ebooks and the workbooks, guys, if you want to learn how to do your own tarot and things like that. I'm using my little journal. It's almost September, so make sure you get like the astrology workbook. It has all the major transits from September 2026 to September 2027, and it is on fillable calendars. You're able to type in the calendar on your phone, computer, or your tablet. All right, Aquarius, let's see. All right, what energy should you be in, Aquarius? Okay, money inflow. This was your energy yesterday. All right, so if you're worried about where the money is coming from, take the money. You're supposed to take the money. All right. Hey, that's crazy. Are you supposed to take money from an Aries and they were in the Leo reading? What? All right, anywho, take the money, Aquarius. Take the money. It's for you. All right, so money inflow. If you're like, well, I'm not making money right now or I'm not receiving any money, this would be to be in the mindset of what is going to either save you the most money or generate the most money for you, okay? Now, in this case, if this is your advice, I would not spend any money right now because we do have a money outflow card. So I wouldn't spend a big lump sum of money. I would just, you know, be open to receiving the money. If you feel, I don't know, maybe you feel guilty about taking the money, we'll see. But yeah, don't spend any money right now. All right, so let's see. What's your current energy? Why do you need this advice here? Or yeah, what's your current energy here, Aquarius? Okay, you've got community. So maybe you're trying to, I don't know, be nice. You rule the community. You are groups of people. Maybe you're like, no, I'll do it for free. Or maybe you're helping the friends for free with whatever you're doing. Like I would actually take the money. Okay. So okay, observe came out. We'll see if it comes back. Let's see. So where will you be observing, or where would you be receiving the money from, Aquarius? Let's see. Where would you be receiving the money from? It is an Aries. An Aries? Okay, take the money from the Aries. It's somebody that's, I'm keeping this, okay, somebody that's attracted to you. Take the money. Or it's somebody it's a man that's attracted to you. If it's not an Aries, take the money. Why don't you want the money? I guess you don't want it. Let's see. I'm gonna tell you just a fun fact. Aries give you a lot of money. Okay, if you messing with them, they do. I can't speak for all Aries, but listen, they'll give you the money. Take it. Okay. Why don't you want to take it? Let's see. Some morals or something, some values. Oh, it's out of your hand. You feel like something's not yours. Maybe you feel like something's not yours, or you don't, or it doesn't belong to you. It does. It's yours. You're the type of person that's like, oh, let me turn in this money I found on the ground. No, that's your money. It's yours. The person is gone. They dropped it. Take it. Take the money. Like, so this is not a big deal. Okay. Also, like I said, do not spend money. Okay. You got Lilith in Aquarius. Yeah, take the money. All right. Well, what else is the surrounding situation here? Maybe you feel like the money belongs to the other people in the community. All right, so we got Taurus and emotionally attached and an Aquarius. All right, well, yeah, get the money from the Aries. I don't know, the Aries might be with a Taurus. Take the money. Or you may have Taurus placements, so there's an emotional attachment to this. You're like, no, I don't want it, or you're tying emotions to receiving it. All right, hold on, let me write this down. You kept the 100 that you found last week. No, for real. Keep the money, y'all. It's yours now. Shit. I ain't talking about you didn't seen the money fall out of somebody's pocket or something. Take the money. All right, let's get 8 cards, Aquarius. There, take the money. I don't know how many times to tell you this, okay? We said it 50 times, all right? Take the money, the Fool card. I feel like they're fine to give it to you. Maybe they don't notice that you're receiving it. Maybe they did drop the money with the Fool card. I feel like they're paying attention to something else. So it looks like this person wants to give you money for maybe you went through a hard time with them, or you went through hardship with them or something. But yeah, take the money. King of Pentacles, you got the Death card, 8 of Swords, 3 of Wands, and then a Devil card. All right, so these may be moon signs. You have Scorpio and Capricorn. I'm also getting literally a return on your investment. I look at Scorpio and Capricorn as investment energies. All right, Scorpio is literally merging together in resources, debts. Maybe you look at this as a collection on a debt. And Capricorn is long-term resources. So this is so specific. It'd be crazy because I be knowing moon signs and shit like that. That's why I be like, that should be tripping me out. But yeah, take the money. Oh no. What's the energy between the Scorpio and the Devil card real quick? These are the scariest cards. I'm gonna show y'all in a second. They came out pretty scary. What's between the Scorpio and the Capricorn? Okay, you've got rules. Yeah, golden opportunity. That's very obvious. All right, so there's rules and regulations to whether or not you'll take it, or you putting a standard on it. I feel like too, you may not, I don't know if a Sag is involved. You got controlling Sagittarius in time. You may not want to give, I don't know, receive the money. You may not want to give the Sagittarius something, or they're supposed to get it at a certain age or something like that. But take the money. Yeah, it started out that way. What's the outcome for you when you receive the money, or what else can you do with it? You can save it. This is not a time for you to spend the money either. All right, you got flaunt, repetitive cycle, worried, and compassion. Yeah, you're overthinking it. This is not, just take it. Just take it. It doesn't matter. All right, that's your reading, Aquarius. Taurus is next. I just pulled Taurus energy. No, I said I said if it's a Sag involved, it may be controlling a Sag or controlling when a Sag gets the money or something like that. It said controlling Sag in time. Also, Aquariuses, I do know a couple that have Sag placements. So you might have a Sag moon or rising. All right. Taurus. Taurus is up next, y'all. You said as a giver, it's hard to be a taker. Child, let me tell y'all something. Oh no, maybe I did my bid. I feel like I give people enough, so I don't think like that. All right, Tauruses. If y'all are on TikTok, I'm up on YouTube as well, y'all. Okay. What's the energy surrounding the Taurus? Or what energy should you be in, Tauruses, I should say. What energy should you be in? You got laughter came out. It flipped, I should say. All right, what energy should you be in also, Tauruses? Let's see. You've got lust. All right, you've got ignore obstacles. All right, so you should make something look attractive. Deal with somebody that you find attractive, possibly. Okay, you've got lust. So if you do the things that you enjoy, things that you're attracted to, make yourself look attractive. Okay. What is the situation at hand here, Tauruses? Use your feminine wiles, I guess. All right, that's the solution. That's interesting. This is like kind of opposite. Leo's issue was lust. And there's the solution is a Sag being honest. That's ironic. There it is right there. All right, I don't know what y'all watching. I know you're watching me. I don't know who else is honest here. Sagittarius rules honesty. So, all right, what's the issue for you with this? Because we see the solution looks like it's honesty. So the issue is envy. Are you jealous? You're jealous or something? What are you jealous of? So that's why your advice is lust. I'm about to say something kind of wild. I ain't going to say it like that. But, you know, make yourself presentable. There's no reason to envy somebody else if you feel like you're attractive. If you feel attractive, if you feel beautiful, if you feel sexy, there's no reason to envy somebody else or envy what somebody else has. Or if you're doing things that you enjoy, or you're dating somebody that you're attracted to, or you're doing the things that attract you, you won't envy somebody else. Who are you envious of? So you're jealous of somebody? All right. It happens. What might you envy here, Taurus? Yeah, y'all came on the wrong day today. It did say that Sag needed to be honest. So you envy somebody who contemplates, okay? They think things through. What did this person consider or contemplate? Let's see. Let's see. What did this person actually consider here or think about? So somebody actually thought about something. They thought it through before they... Okay. Yeah, they actually considered a partnership. Now, we're talking about... We said ground yourself in indulgence. All right, here we go, right? So you envy somebody who actually thought about getting into a relationship. Like, they actually considered all the parts of a relationship. You envy that? What? I'm trying to put this into words because I can see it. I'm trying to put it together. It's kind of like The reason that you need to be in like an attractive mode is you're mad that that is what is contemplated in a relationship. Yes, looks are a part of it. I can't speak for everybody. Me personally, I'm not dealing with nobody that I don't find attractive. It's just never going to happen. It's not going to happen. I did it once when I was 17. I never did it again. I'm not dating anybody I don't find attractive, period. And then when you go back to like the biological part of it, if you want to be scientific about it, that's how animals operate anyway. That is how we're supposed to operate. When you're mating with somebody, because that's what it is, you're picking the person that has the best genetics because you want your child to be healthy, look a certain way, look healthy. You don't want them to have deformities. You are attracted to somebody. So it's like, yeah, I don't, I want to consider that in a partnership, or I want to consider that in a relationship. Like, you're jealous of the fact that somebody actually took the time to think about a relationship. So what was the outcome for this individual? You're mad about that? What's the outcome for this individual? So it looks like they made a logical decision, smooth sailing. Something went easier for them. So what did they decide to do? Either they thought about this relationship and didn't do it, or they actually thought about very particularly what kind of person they want to date, and they did do it. And it worked because those people get along. Like, maybe those people, like, they're both attractive. They both have the same desires. They both want the same outcome in their life. That's why it's going easier for them. Yeah, they thought about that. Now, if you're in lust, maybe you're with somebody you're not attracted to. Yeah, that's not gonna be smooth sailing. Like, I don't care what nobody said. That's not easy for me to do. I ain't sitting up in nobody's face and they ugly, or I think they're ugly. Ugliness is subjective. So beauty is subjective. Beauty is an eye of the beholder. So if you don't behold no beauty in their eye, then don't date them. So you're mad that somebody is making a good decision and something's going easy for them. Why? What is your current situation, Tauruses? We got flaunt, dogmatic, and ground yourself. There's the indulgence part. So, all right, let me write this down, child. I guess you got to see it wherever you are. Okay. All right, let's get 8 cards. Let's see. Sorry, guys. I have to be honest today. That's what they told me to do. It's right here. Trust me. I don't want to be the mean person. But you're coming out as envy, Taurus. Sorry, guys. This could be you. These look alike. I'm not going to hold you. I'm not going to hold you. Okay? Maybe you need to use, your sensual wiles or something. All right, you got the Queen of Swords, King of Pentacles, you got the Devil card, 8 of Swords, the Death card. Now it's switched. So we had that in the Aquarius reading. It had Scorpio, Devil card. All right, 6 of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, and then 9 of Cups. So in this case, looks like a Scorpio or a Scorpio placement is receiving money. That's what this looks like. So I feel like somebody's looking like, why did that person receive something? All right. Like, literally you're trying to understand, why did that person receive that? Or maybe you didn't realize that was the case. So what else did they consider in their relationship? So if we're talking about relationships, I mean, yeah, I feel like attractive people receive things. Like, and it doesn't even have to be a natural attractiveness, y'all. It really does not. Put on some makeup, get you a wig, get you a push-up bra. I'm trying to tell you, like, you can make yourself look attractive. If you're wondering if that's what you're worried about. But I mean, if that's your advice, it ain't like you're not. Okay. Okay, let's see. What did somebody contemplate with this partnership for it to go well or go smoothly here? Okay, looks like okay, so take action. Maybe they approached, it looks like whether or not somebody is going to be able to work out, or whether or not somebody is solution oriented would take action. What else do they consider here? I'm also getting too, they did not rush. They didn't rush into the relationship. They thought about it. Yeah, King of Swords, King of Wands, Four of Wands. So there's the lust. You got Ten of Swords and then the Hermit. Somebody decided to end a relationship out in, so I feel like this is what somebody considered. They're like, nah, let me wait and think about this. So you must have rushed into something, is what I'm assuming. What did you do in comparison that kind of has you in a mad, you're a little upset? So what has you in this energy in comparison? Or what energy are you in comparison here? You're ignoring something. Okay, what are you ignoring then? So that's what I'm saying. They contemplated something. They thought about it. There's something that you don't pay attention to in your relationships, and that's why you're envious of a decision that somebody else made, or you're envious. It's like it's just two people working together. This could be anything, y'all. It doesn't even have to be a relationship, but we pull lust and partnership. But like, I feel like you just ignored something that somebody else thought about. You're envious about that, but they actually considered this. So it's not like somebody's in a better position than you just for no reason. It's not like they're in a position that you need to envy just for no reason. You just ignored something. You weren't paying attention. So what else did you ignore here? Welcome, alligator. You ignored sadness and then commit. It looks like you committed to something anyway, and then laughter. Maybe you thought, so if we were talking about you are in a relationship, right? Maybe you thought a relationship would get better once you got married, or once something became more stable. Like you ignored something that you did not enjoy, right? So if your advice is lust, these are the things we enjoy. It's like for me, when I date, I know exactly the type of men that I want to date. Looks wise, like I can look at somebody and tell, okay, I'm going to be attracted to him, because that's just, I learned what I'm not attracted to. Like it's automatic. Like I don't go outside of that type. I don't. Like I already know off the back, like off break, right when I see somebody. So, all right, what might have made you sad here, or what's the issue? It could be guilt. Okay, you got money. Who is this? Taurus. All right, money inflow, Capricorn, encouragement. There's intuition. All right, so somebody's following their intuition anyway. I don't know what you ignored. All right, well, I wouldn't be envious, Taurus. What's the outcome for you, Taurus? Maybe you received money from somebody and you ignored the fact that you're sad or something like that. Maybe maybe somebody has money and they're not attractive. You know, I mean, all right, so what's the outcome here for you, Tauruses? And then we're going to do Virgo. Unexpected. Okay. What do you expect? So if you do something and you make it attractive, you may have a different shift here. What do you typically expect? What's the norm? You got be different. What's going to occur? Okay, obstacles. All right, so this might be a little difficult for you. I don't know if you have obstacles where you have to pay a Libra and a Leo or something. I don't know if you have to pay them or something like that. Okay. What else? Oh, that's what I was going to say. Tauruses, watch the astrology, the beginning, because it does have to deal with your minds being opened up. All right. That was Taurus. We're going to do Virgo next, y'all. We haven't done Capricorn yet. Capricorn is going to be after Virgo. Do we have all the signs? I didn't even check. Let me see. 1, 2. 2, what's the, oh, that's the clip. Oh, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What's missing? Scorpio and Aries, I think. Do we have any Scorpio Aries? Hello there. Scorpio Aries in the house. Going once, going twice. All right, I'm just going to put, oh, we got Scorpio here. Okay. If you're worried about people being in your business, I won't remember who's who. The only ones I be remembering like the Sagittarius and the Leos. That's pretty much it. Because that's either, and Pisces. But if you're worried, I won't remember. I won't be like, oh, this is what they doing. It's like, nah. All right, Virgos, let's get in your business now. And then after Virgo, we got Capricorn, Gemini, Pisces, Libra, Scorpio, Aries. If y'all watching on TikTok, this is going to be up on YouTube, y'all. It's going to be time-stamped. So my Scorpio and my Aries, folks, it'll be a little while just to let you know. All right, Virgos, what energy should you be in? Thank you, Soundwave. What energy should you be in for yourself, Virgos? Okay, secret. All right. Well, y'all know if we pull secret, then I'm not going to say a whole lot there. I'm going to keep it, keep it quiet. But for the purposes of the reading, I am going to ask what your current energy is and what you need to keep to yourself. All right. So first of all, what's your current energy? We're able to show that part. So if something's going on with you, keep it to yourself, I'm assuming. Okay. So do it solo. You're working on something. All right. Now, what do you need to... Oh, this flew out. I'm not going to keep this. All right, so what do you need to keep to yourself? And I'm not going to make sure it doesn't show up on the screen. Okay, no, that's... All right, so what do you need to keep a secret? You know what's interesting about this part was Leo's solution was a secret. So Virgo, you might have the secret, or Leo may be watching this and want to see something about a Virgo and they can't or they shouldn't or something. All right, so what's the secret that you're going to keep to yourselves, Virgo? I don't know if it's supposed to be a secret from me or not, but we'll see. Just to make sure. Okay, what else is that? Damn. Hold on. Let's see, what else is this? And then we'll see what this is surrounding. Oh. One more. Let me see, one more. I know this is interesting. Okay. Keep it to yourself. You're gonna know what this is. It's something that works out for you. That's the best way I could say it, Virgos. Maybe you're gonna want to share it. All right. You might want to share it with people. I feel like the reason that you need to keep it to yourself is because you did it solo. All right. Sorry, Virgos. That's your reading because you had secrets. So I do that because people be watching. People be watching. All right, Capricorn is next. I know y'all might have wanted a reading, but that was it. That was it. I'm gonna keep it a secret. It's all good. It's a good thing. It's not bad. All right, Capricorns. What energy should the Capricorns be in for themselves? What energy should the Capricorns be in for themselves? Let's see. Okay, you should be in lust as well. Okay, so Taurus and Capricorn both had the same thing. Okay, so Taurus and Capricorn, if there's a Capricorn with a Taurus placement, something like that, you know, make it attractive, make it cute. Literally, like for me, I know we're talking about sexual energy with lust, but literally make something look good. Make it look, you know, people are attracted to it. They want it. They desire it. That is what lust is. So it just depends on whatever you're doing. But whatever it is, you know, if you're like, well, I'm not having sex or anything like that, that's perfectly fine. If this is your business, your website needs to look attractive. You need to look attractive when you're in your, like, you're advertising something or when you go to your business meetings. Of course, you can't look lusty at work. You can't show up like this to work, but make something look attractive. Dress in the best, you know, put on your best suit. Make sure your hair is done. Things like that. All right, so let's see. So what's your current energy, Capricorn, real quick? In comparison, hopefully you're not envy like the Taurus, but we'll see. So what's your current energy, Capricorns? Let's see. Okay, so your self-care. So this could just be, you know, just when you're considering something, make it look good. Maybe you're like, I don't want to wear any makeup or blah, blah, blah. No, make it look good. I mean, you're not doing anything bad, so that's all good. All right. What else does this have to deal with here for you, Capricorns? So do something you desire today. Okay, so solution. All right, so solution has been coming out in all the readings. So I feel like the solution is to make something attractive. Make it cute. All right, you know, make it look good. What's the issue here? Or do the things that you desire, or, you know, incorporate things that you desire. All right, so what might be the issue here, Capricorns? Liar. All right, now we got to figure out what the lie is. And there's honesty. Okay. Now, don't lie to yourself about what you want or what you're attracted to. So who's the liar in your reading? Let's see. I'm also getting too, maybe the lie is that something is not supposed to be attractive, or you're not supposed to consider lust, or not supposed to consider who you're attracted to, or something like that. So who's the liar, I'm assuming, in your reading? Ooh, my ear. All right, who's the liar here for you? So the liar has a trap perspective. Okay, so they can only see something one way. Or they're lying to themselves. Okay, what is their perspective on what? They have a trap perspective on what here? That was too many. Oh, it says desire, though. What do they have a trap perspective on here? And we'll see what the... Oh, yeah, status quo. That was the next. So somebody is lying because... So why are they lying? The issue is liar. First of all, if you feel like you can't look a certain way, dress a certain way, and you're looking like this, maybe you think you're trying to fit in a certain manner, or... This could be like a mindset, like especially women, if you're thinking like, because a lot, and I give this advice because a lot of women really start watching tarot because they want like a love reading. That's what most women come for. So if this is a scenario where you're wondering like, oh my God, I can't dress that way, or I won't get married, or I can't behave that way, or I won't become a wife, they're going to cheat on you with the woman that act like this anyway. I'm going to tell you that right now. But if that's what you're wondering. So don't try to fit in. That doesn't really matter. Or you think that if you act a certain way, dress a certain way, act like everybody else, then this is going to be the said outcome. So what is the lie that's being told here? So your advice is lust. The lie that's being told is secret and incomplete. I feel like the lie that's being told is like something is mystical. It's not that mystical. Be attractive. That's it. That's the answer. Make something look attractive. Make something look desirable. That's it. It's not a, something's not a big secret. All right, what's going to be the result of this solution here for you? I don't know if there's a Virgo involved. They had secret. Yeah, the solution is honesty. That's it. Now, Sag's advice was honesty. If you guys have a Sag placement, that would make sense, right? Because let's just incorporate it. Sag was supposed to be honest about indulgence, right? But when we indulge in things, those are things that we like. We're not going to indulge in something that we don't like. Or we're not going to indulge in something that we didn't once enjoy, at least, right? So if your advice is lust, be honest with yourself about what you desire. Be honest with yourself about what you're attracted to. Make something look attractive. But the solution in this case is honesty. I feel like the problem is whoever is lying to you. Whoever is lying to you, they're coming from, they can only see something one way anyway. So in your reading, who's the honest person? This could be your own energy. All right, but who are you, being honest with yourself? But in your reading, who's the honest person? We see restraint. All right. Who's the honest person here for you? Oh, damn. Y'all see that? Y'all saw me shuffle. I'm going to clip that. That's kind of weird. All right, but yeah. So, restraint, honesty about... So this is the thing, right? When it comes to restraint and lust, you can still be attractive and not have sex. You don't have to indulge in things. Or so maybe that's the mindset. Like, oh, if you dress like this, it's just all sexual. Or if you look like that, it's all sexual. You can be attractive or do things that you enjoy without overindulging, without doing too much. All right, what else do you need to restrain from? But I feel like yours is like the opposite of lust here. I feel like you need to restrain from listening to whoever that is. Got money inflow, detached, and Pisces. So I would not, in this case for you, because you have restraint, money inflow, and detached, what I would think for you is, if you're thinking about like a career field or something like that, I don't know what lust, I feel like more so has to deal with the attraction part or the desire to do something, right? So there's like a mindset where like you should work and not care about your job. Like I feel like if you're wondering, you need to do something that you're actually attached to. You need to do something that you actually care about. For you, this may be a scenario where all money isn't good money. It just depends on where that's coming from. But let's see. But yeah, make it attractive, Capricorns, if you're wondering. Do what you desire. All right, the Fool, the King of Cups. So that's where you're at now. You're in self-care. You're able to control your emotions. You're making sure that you're good. You're not indulging, so that's cool. You're fine. All right, the Two of Wands, Knight of Swords. There's a Temperance, is honesty. All right, the Three of Wands, the Empress, and the Page of Swords. So this can definitely be making something attractive, literally. We're going to make it look attractive. All right, what is this Temperance energy here? Because we know it was honesty. It just rules truth, even if you're not dealing with a Sagittarius, but you could be. And then we're going to see what the Page of Swords is observing. Again, this can also be a shift in your own mindset, y'all. All right. So the Sag came out as arrogant, Gemini, and triggered. Leo came out as arrogant in their reading, but a Sag may feel like they are above a Gemini or something like that. I don't know what, we'll see what that has to do with it, but then that triggers somebody. Yeah, to ignore indulgence. So we talked about Sagittarius being honest about indulgence. All right, we'll figure out what that is. All right, what else? But you have your own, What's the outcome for you, Capricorns? Let's see. Okay, you've got danger, Capricorn, Aquarius, Sagittarius. There's a lot of people. Leo, why is there so many people? Okay, you got manipulation, contemplate, and take action. Don't overthink something, first of all. That's a lot of people. But you should be in, your energy is lust. What else might be the danger or the warning? Maybe somebody warned you about something. Leo. If you, Capricorn, if you know a Taurus, I would spend time with that Taurus. They came out as lust as well. We talked about a Leo seeing something as unpromising. And they're here. How are these tied together? What's the outcome here for you, Capricorn? I don't know how those are tied together. It looks like you're going to look back and see what this means here, literally. Yeah, there's the lust part. You're going to look back and see what this means. Did we do Cancer yet? So we told Cancer to control their lust or their desires, right? Capricorn, you're supposed to make something more attractive. Taurus had the advice of lust because they are envious of another person's relationship, but what makes something go smoothly is that it is attractive. And I want y'all to also replace lust with just plain old allure or attractiveness, okay? So if you're not out here, you know, if it's not about dating and sex and all that, that's perfectly fine. Just replace it with attractiveness. That's a lot there. That's interesting. Okay. Maybe be a seductress or something. All right, we'll see what that is. Okay, Geminis. Let me write this down. What's interesting too is like when I see certain signs and I'm pulling the same card over and over again, because Leo's issue was lust. So that's the thing. It's like certain people can do what other people cannot do. I feel like there's something to that. Like some things are not for everybody. Certain things work for people in certain moments or in certain times that doesn't work for other people. So that may be something that you might want to take note of. All right, Gemini is up next. Let's see. All right, what energy should you be in, Geminis, for yourselves? Let's see. What energy should my Geminis be in? Okay, that was too many. Hold on. All right, what energy should you be in, Geminis, for yourself here? Lust. Why is everybody pulling that? What's going on? Okay, so Gemini, Gemini, Capricorn, and Taurus had lust. Okay. So again, same thing. Do something you desire. Do something you're attracted to. Make something look attractive. Make it alluring. Okay. All right, maybe if you're wondering the answer to something, like the answer to a question, the answer is lust. All right, but what's your current energy, Geminis? Just to clarify. Okay, danger. You've been pulling that for a little while. Maybe you're worried. Maybe something appears to be dangerous. You might need to make it look better. Okay, yeah. What? Are you with the Capricorn? Is that what's going on? Are you afraid of the Capricorn? Are you... What's dangerous? What's wrong? What are you worried about? I feel like you're trying to warn somebody or you're being warned. What's the dangerous part here? The dangerous part is restraining from taking action on something. Okay, well, smooth sailing is here, so it's easy. But it looks like, so this is the thing. Somebody took action. Something worked out for them. They're trying to encourage other people, but that bothers the person that they're trying to encourage. So I feel like that's the thing. You're like, no, I don't want to take action yet. I don't want to do this yet. But I feel like if you do something, it must have worked out for somebody else, but for some reason that triggers somebody. They don't get encouraged. Or that could trigger you. Maybe you're like, nah, I don't trust that. I don't believe you. So what's wrong? What are we triggered by? Commit flew out. It might come back out again. Let's see. So what are we triggered by here? Because like something goes easily or smoothly. Partnership. So this looks like the same thing as Taurus. There's Capricorn again. So I don't know if you're triggered by a Capricorn being in a relationship, or it like kind of annoys somebody that something is easy, or that it's just two people working on it. Whatever dynamic that is, it's just two people. Okay. What else does this have to deal with, Geminis? I keep seeing Capricorn, so let's see. You said most Capricorn men are fine. I don't know. I'm not really attracted to Capricorn men, but I have my own specific. I like fire sign men personally. Yeah. It just depends. I have more like a facial type, I would say. But what does that have to deal with, Geminis? Let's see. What's wrong? What's going on? Okay, money inflow. All right, well, I feel like if we're talking about making money, something has to look attractive. That's just it. People are not going to buy something that they don't find appealing, if that's what you're wondering. Or like, again, like I said, make yourself presentable at work. Now, I ain't telling nobody to do, people do it. No shade to the sex workers, but I'm not going to necessarily give you that advice. I ain't going to tell you to do that, but I mean, lust and money inflow, I don't know what you're going through. I don't know. There's people out here that do it. Ain't no judgment zone over here. But I'm not going to say it on camera. All right, let's get 8 cards. But make something look attractive, Geminis, with lust. All right, so we got the King of Cups, King of Wands, King of Swords, and then the World. So restraining. Somebody's like, I'm done restraining myself. Here's a new opportunity. 2 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles. We don't want to indulge, though. 2 of Wands, and then the 3 of Wands. Where are you currently at with danger? What's the dangerous part? The dangerous part is the 4 of Pentacles. So this came out in the Leo reading. They didn't want to spend money on something. They didn't want to contribute to something. The dangerous part is holding back, restraint. Okay. Or you're afraid. It looks like you're afraid of something. What are you afraid of, or who? You're like holding yourself back from this person. Or from this situation. All right, there could be a Virgo here, or you're trying to hold something or keep it to yourself. You're restraining yourself or holding yourself back from a Virgo, or you just want to keep something to yourself here. Okay. I knew it was you and a Capricorn. There's something with you and a Capricorn. And I don't know if it was easy for you and a Capricorn that triggers somebody, or if you're triggered, or you know what too, I will say, like, smooth sailing, encouragement, and triggered. And what triggers is the partnership, but the advice is lust, right? You know how you have a relationship dynamic, and like men typically don't want a woman that wants the same things as them. If we're talking about something like that, like we're talking about sex, they'll be triggered. They'll be like, oh, you're attracted, you're ready to have sex with me already. But it's like we're mutually attracted to each other. But that'll still trigger a man. So I don't know if that's the scenario. Because that never really made sense. They would rather have somebody that's not attracted to them or something. But I feel like you're holding back. All right, well, oops. What would your energy be in lust? That was a judgment card. Let's see. What would you be in lust here, Gemini? So just make something needs to look attractive. Yeah, the Emperor. Maybe I mean, the Emperor would be like, because the Emperor rules your face too. So I feel like you're already attractive or something. Or it's like something's already attractive. All right, yeah. If this is a business thing, like I said, if it's a business thing, people do not because this is, maybe you're not putting money into something, right? I'm gonna switch gears. Say you have like a side hustle or a business, or even if you're showing up to work or you're presenting an assignment, making a presentation, something it doesn't look good, it's not catching people's eyes because you're holding back, or you don't want to spend time, money, energy, or effort on something. You don't want to put the time in to make something look good or make something alluring. So when you present it, people do not pay attention or they don't want it. All right. So make it look attractive. This is what you're being advised to do. You may even literally need to show your own face. All right. The Emperor rules our face. It's us showing up. Let's see what's being brought to an end with the World card. I did Aquarius back at 57 minutes. So I already did Aquarius. It's up on YouTube. All right, so let's see. So what comes to an end with the World card here, Geminis? Yeah, laughter and money outflow, and then rules. So somebody may not pay for something anymore because it's not coming out right, or it doesn't look right, or laughter and money. Okay, so I guess something won't be funny when we implement certain rules and regulations. But okay, what else is the new cycle? Make something look attractive. I'll just keep saying that. Okay, yeah, there's an obstacle to this. Okay, to a golden opportunity. All right, what are the rules and obstacles here to receive this, other than we know something needs to look attractive? We're talking about money inflow here. Yeah, you got arrogant Capricorn and indulgence and commit. So it looks like a Capricorn is very focused on something. They're going to indulge in what they're committed to. All right, I'm not sure what else that means. All right, what's the outcome here for you, Geminis, if you're dealing with a Capricorn? Thank you. Welcome. Thank you, Lisa. All right, so what's the outcome for my Geminis here? Okay, you got flaunt. Yeah. Transformation and secret. Oh, so I feel like you must have changed up. Because that's kind of what I'm getting. You kind of like, something was very attractive. You used to show something off. And now you're keeping it to yourself. Now, I did pull the Hermit, and Virgo's advice was to keep something a secret. So I don't know if you have Virgo placements, but it's like we're showing something off and now we have to hide it. Or again, your advice is lust. So maybe you used to dress a certain way, you know, and now you're hiding yourself, or you're hiding your beauty or something like that. Maybe that will be the solution to making you feel better, or, you know, a situation. All right, Pisces. Pisces is next. I don't think I pulled too much Pisces energy yet. Ooh. Sorry, y'all. I woke up early. I be up just too early. I need one day of sleeping in. But not yet, though. All right, Pisces. Let's see. Not yet. All right, what energy should my Pisces be in for themselves here? Let's see. What energy should you be in, Pisces? No problem. Okay, so you got Sagittarius energy. So if you pull somebody else's sign, if you have that zodiac sign in your chart, you can look where that is. Like if you're a Sag rising, you'd be making a good first impression out in public. If you're a Sag moon, you would be more isolated or keeping something to yourself. I did mention that Lilith and Sag, you know, is going on, and it has like a trine going on. So that may be something you're dealing with. If you know a Sagittarius, You may talk to them today. You may need to follow after their example or take their advice. I mean, I'm a Sag, so it just depends on what this reading is doing. Also, Sag energy is about traveling, expanding your horizons. So maybe you need to get out today, go for a little ride or something, go to a neighborhood you've never been to. So let's see. All right, what energy is the Sagittarius in? Or like what, I don't know what that energy may encourage for you. I don't know, maybe you saw, it could be also when I say something about an example, right? You may have seen a Sag make a mistake and you're not gonna make that same mistake. Or you may see a Sag do something and follow in their example. So it just depends on how that goes. All right, so what is the Sag energy encouraging you to do here? And then we'll see what your current energy is. Oh, okay. The Sag energy is encouraging you to fight. All right, conflict. Maybe you have to stand up for yourself. You know, Sagittarius is the only sign that has a weapon, y'all. Okay. So I don't know. Don't do nothing crazy. We're gonna see though. All right, so fight against something. What are you currently doing then, Pisces? So maybe you're not standing up for yourself, or dang, they're encouraging you to fight. I mean, let's see. This could also be challenging something. All right, so challenge something, challenge an ideal. What are you currently doing, Pisces? What's your current energy? Oh, it's out of your hands. Okay, no, something's not out of your hands, Pisces. You feel like you can't control something, you can. So even if this is not physically like arguing with somebody or fighting against them, something is not out of your hands. You have full control over it, like fight for it, put in the energy for it, challenge that norm. What do you feel like is out of your hands, Pisces? You just feel like you can't control something? All right, but what do you feel like is out of your hands here? Take action. Okay. So I'm going to assume maybe it's something that somebody else is doing and you're like, I can't control them. They're going to do whatever. The only, like, one example that I'm thinking of, and this thing, like, this really blows me. And this is just the first example I can think of, is like when people have adult children and they let them go through like abusive situations because they're like, oh, my child is grown, they're 18, what can I do? What are you talking about? Like, I wish my daughter would be in some situation, I just let her be in it because she's 18. Like, what? Go get her ass. Something is in your control, you can do it. Maybe you have to take certain actions, or you're just kind of, maybe you're sitting around just thinking like, oh, well, like maybe you have a belief system where you just think something is fated and you just can't control it. Now, if something genuinely was out of your hands, we would have pulled that as your advice, because I pulled it yesterday for Cancer and Taurus. But this is something you actually can do. What else can you do to solve this with conflict? What are you fighting against, or what are you challenging? We're going to see, I guess, I don't know if the Sag is telling you to do this. I don't know if they did this or you witnessed it. What are you challenging or fighting against here? Okay, so you got lust, self-assured. So maybe this is just about confidence, okay, feeling attractive. Maybe you feel like, first of all, maybe you feel like dating is out of your hands. You can't control who you're attracted to. Yes, you can. Or maybe this is your own attractiveness. You're like, well, I just was, I was born this way. I can't fix it, blah, blah, blah. No, there's something you can always do something to make yourself more attractive. But it's like, yeah, okay, so what else did the Sag do? But they're encouraging you to fight back or challenge that mindset. What else was the outcome for Sagittarius energy? It doesn't have to be a physical Sag, but let's see. What else was the outcome for the Sag here for them? Okay, money inflow. So they received money because they challenged something. All right. Okay, so if you're one, maybe this is about your career. Maybe make something look good. Make something look attractive. Like for me, like for instance, right? when it came down to my website, I made sure that how would I look at this website if I was going to somebody's website? How would I look at these cards if I bought these cards from somebody else? That's why I made them look pretty. That's why I made them look a certain way. Or maybe somebody's old, maybe somebody was owed something. Maybe somebody owed a debt, or, shit, I don't know, owe some child support. I don't know, child. It just depends. What else did they receive money inflow for? Now, if you have Sag energy, maybe you think something's out of your hands and it's not, and you're owed something. All right, what were they able to receive money doing or for? So it looks like something is challenging a concept here, I'm assuming. They might have received money from a Libra. Okay, there's partnership. Looks like there's a partnership here. All right, and an unexpected repetitive cycle. So maybe they didn't even expect it. Maybe it's because they challenged something. So I'm also getting somebody was trying to be, because the advice is conflict. Maybe somebody was trying to be a partner and they're like, no, I'm not doing that. I worked for this, or I did this, or you owe me, or something like that. Or maybe they received something from a Libra. They could have received finances from a Libra. Maybe it's a court case if we're not talking about an actual Libra. So you need to challenge something. You feel like you can't do it? Okay. Maybe you're wondering about your career. Maybe Libra energy is like court energy. So maybe somebody's doing something like that for a career or something like that. We did talk about Sagittarius need to be honest. That was their role. And then it was going to bring balance. So whatever they do, I get that was the solution in their reading. All right, so let's see. Let's get 8 cards here. So something is in your control. Not you having a debate. We're on Pisces. Sorry, we're on Pisces. That is so funny. All right, so let's see. Let's get 8 cards for you, Pisces. So yeah, stand up for yourself. This isn't out of your control. Okay, you've got the Queen of Pentacles. There's a Temperance. I feel like you're going to watch them do this. Yes, this is my face on all Sag cards, okay? That's why I made it. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, you're watching them do it, or it's an example. All right, we got the 3 of Cups, 3 of Wands, the Hermit. We saw Virgo, okay? Queen of Cups, 4 of Cups, and then the 4 of Swords. I feel like this is the energy of thinking something is out of your hands. It's right here. I feel like this person may have received something maybe from a person that typically doesn't give or share. Because I feel like you're witnessing it somewhere. Literally, somebody is giving that to a Sag. What are you doing and it's out of your hands here? Okay, this could be something that you're doing for work. Maybe you're not getting what you're owed. You deserve like a higher pay. All right, you deserve a higher pay, or you deserve, maybe you deserve a promotion. If I will say this, now I know the economy is very, very terrible right now as far as jobs are concerned. But I would start looking for a new job. It's almost like you feel like you're not getting paid enough, or you're not receiving what you deserve. Yeah, see, I'm going to show you this, right? You have all 4 elements. You are able to do this. It's like you're working on something repetitively with the 8-8 here. We did pull repetitive cycle. So you're working on something repetitively and you just feel like you can't control it. I'm also getting to, you may feel like you have to be peaceful in order to get ahead here. You may be in a competitive work field. All right, if your job is not promoting you or something like that, definitely try your best to get a better opportunity. Let's see what else. What else does this have to deal with? We know it has to deal with money, or maybe like an opportunity or something. But what else might this have to deal with? Okay, you've got Aries energy. disrespect, honesty, and obstacles. So maybe you feel like honesty will bring you some sort of obstacles. That was Sagittarius's advice. Maybe you're like, if I do something or if I say something, it's not really going to help me. That's not really going to work. All right, what's the outcome for you, Pisces? So just remember, something is in your control. You're able to do it. Yeah, you got desire and bravery and intuition. Maybe you just desire the bravery to follow your own intuition. I'm literally seeing, look at the bright side of ignoring a Cancer energy. All right. Okay. That could be a reminder. If there's anybody, I will also say too, you may have already made money doing that thing. All right. It may not be like anybody outside of you, but you may have already generated income doing that, right? Like Sag can rule like traveling. Maybe you got paid to do a travel type of job or something like that before, but it's like you already did it before. So you're able to do that again, or you're able to get that opportunity again. If there's any Sagittarius still watching and you needed that message too, like you already did something, you can do it again. All right. All right, the signs that are left, we got Libra, Scorpio, and Aries. My lipstick got one here. All right, Libras. What energy should you be in, Libras? Okay, money inflow. All right, take the money. Same advice as Aquarius. All right, so there's a reason, I'm assuming, that you don't want to take the money then. So where would the money come from, or what would generate the money for you? Also, if this is just a mindset, be in the mindset of receiving something, right? Or be in the mindset of making money. I wouldn't say that this is a good time for you to spend money. All right, but you got Libra and Aquarius has that both, so you may want to watch the Aquarius reading. But where would the money come from for you, if you're wondering, or this opportunity to make it? Okay, a repetitive cycle. And stay consistent. All right. I see that. Yeah, so we see Aquarius is going to receive their money. We can see that, but stay consistent. Maybe you don't want to do something anymore. You're like, yeah, I don't want to do that anymore, or... What's your current energy? Because if that has to be your advice, maybe you just, I'm assuming there's a reason you don't want it or something, but what's your current energy, Libra? Okay, your current energy is lust. All right, so I feel like you need the money though. I feel like something for you should not be sexual, or I feel like somebody wants to, maybe something, you're generating income because something is already attractive. Something's already alluring, or, people they already like it. Okay, but what else is repetitive that helps you generate income, or what are you doing that's repetitive here? And then we'll see what else the other situation is. Okay, blockage. What do you say no to, or what do you block out here? Oh, flaunt. Okay, yeah, I would say don't show something off. I don't know if that's like a job. I don't know. I'm trying to equate that to like a job or something. Like, what would somebody pay for with that? But yeah, all right. Let's see. What other situation is this for my Libras? Let's see. Okay, honesty. We said that Sag needed to be honest. Okay, so I'm assuming... So what's the Sag? Who's that to you? Because that was their advice, or you may have Sag placements. But let's see. So who is that to you if it's not your own zodiac sign? Let's see. Rules. Okay. Okay, I'm assuming they're following the rules or following protocol or they're instituting certain rules. So what rules are they following or what rules are they instilling here? Okay, we've got restraint and self-care. Interesting. Ground yourself. All right, so we talked about Capricorn. Now, I don't know if we're talking about working. Of course, if you have to work for something, you have to be consistent. It's like, yeah, you can take care of yourself, but of course, like self-care is like, okay, I can't do a spa day every day. I can't sleep all day every day. Like I have goals or ideas or things that I think can generate income and stuff like that. So maybe that's what this is. All right, but let's get 8 cards. Let's see. So yeah. I don't know if it's Sag is going to be honest with you about this, but yeah, take the money. Maybe you don't want the money or something. I don't know. All right, you got Gemini, the Death card. So you got the Lovers of Death card, Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, the Ten of Swords, King of Swords, there's the Restraint, Two of Swords, and then the Ace of Wands. All right, so I'm getting, now Scorpio energy is about investment, so I don't know if you're owed a debt or not. The signs that are out is Gemini and Scorpio. All right, so I'm getting like a thought process on the return on an investment. Somebody is literally offering you this. I feel like you don't want the offer though. Somebody may want to pay you for something because it's attractive. It looks good. Now, I don't know if this is dating. If it is dating and somebody wants to support you, this is somebody that wants to do it, though. It could be a Gemini Scorpio placement. So it looks like, I don't know if they want to support you. They may want to support your business. So why might you not want the money? Now, also with repetitive cycle, Scorpio is a fixed sign and the rules change. We also always say like the only thing constant is change. So I don't know if you're worried about something always fluctuating. Again, like take the money and go or or something. Okay. Why don't you want the money? What would be the question? Like, why do you need that advice? Maybe you don't want who it's coming from. Because it's right here. Maybe you don't like the person it's coming from or where it's coming from. Let's see. Why wouldn't you want to receive this? Okay, ignore. Maybe you don't notice it. What? Maybe you don't know the opportunity is there. Okay, what? Maybe you want to ignore the person. What are you ignoring or what do you want to ignore here? Maybe you don't want to focus on money. Okay, so there's a trapped perspective. You're trying to, it's a viewpoint that you have on this, on receiving this. So how do you view this? Okay, you got Virgo energy. Money outflow and in perspective. I feel like a Virgo giving you money is going to change your perspective, or maybe you have somebody else where you're like, well, I can get money from them. I don't know. Maybe you feel like it'll make you be viewed a different way. So what's your perspective on the scenario of receiving the money? Maybe somebody makes you feel bad about taking it. Yeah, you don't even see it. Okay, what's this? Because ignore with the Four of Swords is like you don't see it coming in, or you're not. Yeah, ignore. You're not paying attention to it. Okay, I don't know what that would be. Check your messages. Check, like you need to check something. That's interesting. I'm not even sure what. I don't know what that would be. I don't know how you can ignore the money coming in, but yeah, take the money. Maybe there is an account that you're not paying attention to. All right, Scorpio. We got Scorpio and Aries left, y'all. If you're on TikTok, this is going to be up on YouTube. It'll be time stamped when we're done. Oh, I'm sorry. This was Libra, girl. My bad. That was Libra. That was Libra. But yeah, if somebody offers you something, go ahead and do it. Or like, maybe there's a, I don't know. That's an interesting reading. Let me flip these so I can see the backs. Okay, make sure y'all get your decks, y'all. If these decks are clear for you, I'm shipping decks in the morning, so y'all can get you can get one or the other, or there's the bundle. The bundle is available too. All right, Scorpio. Let's see. So what energy should... Okay, that was a lot. This might be too many, but we'll look at them. All right, honesty and laughter. We know that Sag's advice was honesty. All right, so let's see. What energy should you be in, Scorpio? Okay, you've got Aquarius. So if you know an Aquarius, I would listen to them, take their advice, follow in their example. Okay, we got community. All right, so let's see. So listen to that Aquarius, or follow in their footsteps, or follow their example, or something like that. All right, so what is the Aquarius encouraging you to do by looking at their energy? Or maybe they tell you this, you have a conversation with them. Okay, they are telling you to commit. All right, so that's their advice. They're telling you to commit. They're telling you to stay focused on something, commit to the goal that you have. They may be telling you that something's a good idea, see it through. Commit can also be contracts. Maybe they're advising you to make sure something is legal. No matter what you do, maybe it's like a copyright, a trademark, whatever. Okay, what else are they telling you to commit to here, Scorpios? Oh, goodness. We see partnership, so this could literally be a partnership. Maybe they're like, no, you need to, you know, work with somebody here. All right, what are they telling you to commit to here, Scorpios? I'm also getting to, when you get the commit card, is basically like, do not change your mind. Once your mind is made up, stick to it, stick to what you're doing. What else do you need to commit to doing, Scorpios? Okay, money inflow. Yeah, there's partnership. All right. So looks like it looks like I would take the job. I would sign the contract. I would, yeah, take that offer. You may receive money from a relationship, or maybe you're like, well, what's the solution to money for me right now? You would do good with a partnership. You rule that. You rule merging of resources. I'm also getting, something needs to be legalized too. So I don't know, if you have to go to court or something, they're telling you to put something on paper. Put something on paper. All right. Well, what are you currently doing? Maybe you don't want to do this. It's interesting. Don't nobody want no money today. Let's see. What? All right. What are you currently doing, Scorpio, for yourself? Rules flew out. What are you currently doing here? Maybe there's an ultimatum. Maybe somebody's like, okay, if you do this, I'll give you this. That could be what it is too. What's your current energy, Scorpio? Okay, irony. So this is ironic. Okay. What? So something's ironic, or maybe you see the irony in this. Okay, what is ironic? There's some rest. That came out in the Libra reading, that they don't notice something, that they're not paying attention. Okay, just there's nothing you have to do. All right, what else is this surrounding here? So sign the paperwork or something. Okay, yeah, solution. What else is the issue? So Aquarius is going to tell you what to do. If you don't know an Aquarius, again, they're ruled by Saturn, so something needs to be on paper, or these are groups of people. What's the current issue for you, Scorpio? You got laughter, lust, restraint, and emotional attachment. So I feel like if we're talking, whatever this is, there could be a relationship, you like them, you're having fun with them, they're attractive, but you don't want to be emotionally attached. Okay. If this is about you building something for yourself, right? Say you're watching this and you know you're not worried about a relationship. Something is positive, but you're like, I don't want to get emotionally attached to that. Even though it's positive. Okay, what's going to be the result of this solution here for you? Pisces flew out. Let's see. What's going to be the outcome of the solution here for you? So just, I would say, sign the paperwork and get the money, or take the, take the ultimatum and get the money. The result will be compassion. We told Virgo to keep something a secret anyway. I see that there, but all right. Okay, let's get 8 cards, and then Aries is next. Okay, there's a partnership. We got 4 Wands, 6 of Cups. Looks like somebody's going to be compassionate in this scenario. We got the 8 of Cups, 9 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles. Literally, you're approaching somebody. They're going to give you the money. You got 6, 6, 6, 2. So something, 6s are a number of one person doing more for another person. One person doing more than the other person. So one person is receiving here. Got the 8 of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles. I feel like something goes really well. I don't even see any swords here, so that's why Aquarius is here. Aquarius is the air that you need, so that's the logical perspective of the outcome. It's like you don't want the money. Okay, where is the money gonna come from for you with partnership? So it's somebody that you get to work with, pair with, a business. Yeah, laughter. It looks like it's something that you enjoy. Yeah, 9 of Cups, 3 of Cups, 2 of Cups, Ace of Cups. Looks like you guys work well together, or you enjoy them or something. It's there. I mean, it's already there. So why would you not? I'm confused. Let me see what the Aquarius does here. Like, why would you not do it? Looks like something's easy for you. Yeah, there's the Aquarius, the Tower. The Tower is an Aquarius card. So yeah, they're going to shift your perspective on this. Let's see how you look at this, because how do you view this here? Because these look like pretty positive cards, but how do you currently view this? Okay, as the 5 of Swords. Maybe you feel like it's disrespectful to somebody, or it's wrong. What would they make you realize? Or maybe you think an Aquarius is saying it to be mean. What will you realize? Or you may think somebody doesn't like you. You got commit, money, influence, partnership. It looks like somebody would want to work with you. All right, what do you want to realize after this? And then we're going to do Aries, y'all. You're going to literally, I don't know what you're going to do, but you are going to see that this reading is right. It's the Judgment and the Star right there. You're literally going to see that that's right. It's an Aquarius telling you that is the solution. It will be fixed. I feel like 2 something is logical. Now maybe they hold back from being emotionally attached. They're able to commit to a goal or something like that to get more money. All right, Aries. Aries is last but not least, y'all. Okay, I don't... Ooh, sorry, y'all. A lot of money stuff today. Okay, Aries. What energy should my Aries be in? Let's see. What energy should you be in, Aries? Okay, smooth sailing. Something's going easily here. Okay, take the easy route. If something's already working out, I wouldn't, you know, bother it. What's easy here, or what's the smooth, like, what's the easy path here for you, Aries? Okay, you got blockage. All right, so it's easy for you to say no. You need to say no to something. All right, what are we blocking out? Let's see. There may be, like, say you're doing two options or trying to do two things. If there's any blockages, I would just go with the easier route here. But, all right, what are we blocking out here? What might you be blocking out? Damn it. It says community, but let's see. Let's try one more time. All right, what might you be blocking out here? Okay, you might be blocking out a Gemini. Okay. So if these are people you're saying no to a Gemini, that will make it easy for you. Maybe you can't bring somebody along. If it's not Gemini, Gemini rules the energy of your neighborhood around you. Okay, so if that's what it is it blocks out, like, the energy of the neighborhood around you. So neighbors, maybe you have to go move somewhere, travel somewhere. It, like I said, if it's a person, you have to say no to a Gemini. That will make a process smoother. This could be other people's perspectives. Gemini rules our perspective, communication, things like that. What will the Gemini energy cause here if you don't say no to it, or if you don't block it out? Okay, it will lead to arrogant. You got commit and compassion. Okay. Okay, so what would somebody, maybe they'll become arrogant or something. What would somebody feel like they are too arrogant to do, or feel like they are above? Oh, lust. Okay, we told Gemini they have to make something attractive. That was their advice. They're like, no, I don't have to make it attractive. I don't care. That was their advice. If you're working with them, they're not, like, say this is a business, right? Something's going easy for you because you make it look good or you're presenting it well. This person is not doing that. They're like, no, I'm not doing that. I don't care. I don't have to make it attractive. All right. So Gemini came out as danger. So I don't know if a Gemini is warned about this. They're like, look, Gemini, we got to do this, this, and this. Because, like, when it comes to lust, it's just something desirable. There's like, no, I'm not changing anything. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm not going to fix it. That's messing up something for you. All right, what's your current energy then, Aries? Like, literally, they're just like, no, I'm not doing that. All right, so your current energy is Leo. So I don't know if you're dealing with a Leo or not, or you're taking advice from a Leo. So what effect, oops. Maybe the Leo is telling you, hey, work with that Gemini or something. Let's see. So what is the Leo encouraging you to do currently? I'm assuming they're the one that maybe it's like all three of you together. All right, so they're telling you to be different. What do people normally do here? And what are they telling you to do instead? Ooh. They're telling you to take action. What kind of action do they want you to take? So the Leo is like, no, nothing, you know, nothing's missing. Go ahead and move forward. What action are they telling you to take here? But I would say no to the Gemini energy because I feel like it's not going to work. They're telling you to take action. You got honesty, authority. All right, could be Sag energy. Maybe the Sag is telling you to do this too. But yeah, this is because what does the Gemini want to do instead? And I'm going to see what this has to deal with for you. They want to be the solution, so they want to control something. They feel like the solution is to control a Taurus Cancer. Cancer and Taurus, literally, their advice was both lust and Gemini's advice and Capricorn's. Or I think Cancer had control your lust or something like that. All right, what does this have to do with here, Aries? A lot of people in your reading. Yeah, something looking unpromising. Yeah, we told Leo that was their advice was unpromising. We told them that this is not a good idea. Something's going easily and it's like you want to add, maybe you want to add somebody to it. Maybe it's not a good idea for you to add like friends to it or something like that. What else is unpromising about this situation? Because I feel like that this will not help you or something. What else is unpromising here in this situation? And then we're going to get 8 cards. Yeah, fantasize, obstacles, and then rest. So this is the thing, you know. You're like, we can make this work, but I feel like it's not going to work. You kind of know that already because you know what the obstacles are with dealing with somebody because they feel like they are above making something look good. They don't care. They don't care whether or not people are attracted to it. All right, let's get 8 cards here. Okay, with the Hermit, the Knight of Wands, 8 of Swords, the 6 of Swords. You could be trying to bring people along with you, and I feel like that's the issue. You're like, okay, I'm going to take action. Boom, everybody come with me. All right, 2 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, the 2 of Pentacles, the 7 of Pentacles. There's Leo. That's Leo. And we said that Leo feels like they don't have to pay you. You're be different in this case. I don't know. But literally, we talked about Leo saying they didn't want to pay for something. They didn't want to, excuse me, they didn't want to support something. This may be why people don't want to support something. It just doesn't look good. What else do you need to block out here with the Gemini energy? Literally, there. Yeah, I was waiting for something lusty to come out. The Queen of Wands. All right. Yeah, it looks okay. What's the outcome here for you, Aries? Y'all know the last one. We done. I'm going. Gotta get some food. All right. What's the outcome for the Aries here? Thank y'all for watching, by the way. All right. You got community, manipulation, and professionalism. Yeah, I feel like there's an idea about what professionalism really is. I mean, it doesn't matter what you do. It has to look good. It has to be appealing. I think that I remember taking a class and it was like, I wish I could remember the percentages, but most people pay attention to what they see. All right. Most people pay attention to what they see. That is what they remember. I think it's like they remember how they see, what they see, how they feel, or how they felt when they saw it, and then they remember what's said, right? So Gemini energy rules our words, so people will pay more attention to something that's familiar rather than what was done. It's like how we all know certain logos, right? You know company logos, you're going to recognize it right away. When you recognize that logo, you're like, oh yeah, I do remember that food was good. So it's something like that. It's like the physicality of something jogs the memory. And then that then is attached to the feeling. So it's something like that. That's why things have to look a certain way or be a certain way or be consistent. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. I hope y'all have a good Sunday evening and prepare for the week ahead. Y'all know I'll be back tomorrow. And again, like I said, I'm shipping in the morning, so it'll be a little later. It won't be like super duper early, but I will be on here. If you want your decks, make sure y'all place your orders. We're on Shopify, my YouTube store. We're on Etsy. We're on TikTok Shop. So we have all that stuff everywhere. Book your readings. All those are available as well. And y'all have a good day.